Hey guys, welcome back. Today I will be doing a review of the Carmilla movie. Yeah, I don't really know how to do introductions, so here goes. Holy shit. I don't know why I decided to do this video. Because honestly, there are no words. Like, it was like, as the incredible Elise Bauman once said about combining popcorn and peanut butter M&Ms, that movie was a total mind fuck. Like, I ascended onto another plane of existence when I first saw it, and I still do that when I've seen it again. I've seen it like 3 times at this point, and it still like boggles my mind that it even exists. It's incredible. I mean, when has a movie like this ever existed, where the 2 main characters are lesbians, and one of their best friends is non-binary. The 2 main characters are played by actual queer women. The majority of the cast is made up of queer women, with of course the exception of Caitlin and Matt. And I just think it's so incredible, because you hardly ever see a cast of a movie being made up of a majority of women, you know, especially of queer women, you know, and I find that, oh my god, like, I found it so revolutionary. I actually wrote a paper for school on how revolutionary it was, because you just don't see that in cinema these days. I mean, I really wish we saw it more, but anyway, going off of a tangent here, sorry. That's pretty much what this video is gonna be, by the way. But holy shit, that movie. Oh my god. Every time I think about it, I just ascend into heaven, because the whole thing was absolutely incredible. Like, just Natasha and Elise's portrayal of Holstein's dynamic, and how it sort of developed over these 5 years of living together, and Carmilla being a human for the first like 5 minutes of the movie, you know, and then it just kind of goes to shit a little bit after that. But anyway, you know, I just love how they're living like total bliss, and it's like, their parts of them are exactly the same. Like, Laura's still a huge dork, and Carmilla's still kind of like broody and all that, but there are parts of them that are also really different. Like, Laura's grown up a little bit. Carmilla has sort of gotten used to being able to walk out in the sun and, you know, spend all her money on useless things, and, you know, I just love the chemistry between the 2. I always have, but there was something about the way that they played these characters that just really got me in the movie, because I don't know, it was just like, it had ascended to a whole new level, where because they had now been in a relationship for 5 years, you know, it was this sort of development where they were both a little more mature, but like any regular straight couple, or like just couple in general, like they have their problems, obviously, like Natasha and Elise have said like countless times, like just because they're together now and everything, it doesn't mean that like they don't like disagree on stuff, like their life isn't like, and they lived happily ever after, it's perfect, everything's going great, and that's what I love about it, is how real it is and how genuine their connection is. And I can just, oh my god, thank you so much. Our gay lord, whoever you may be, thank you so much for this cast, especially for Elise and Natasha. Holy crap. Just because I keep asking myself, like, what did I do to deserve this? Like, this amazing movie, these amazing people, that sort of, it portrays queer people in a much different light than you're used to. You're used to, like, if there is a queer person on a TV show, they're like the gay best friend that gives fashion advice and occasional, like, this is how you get the guy kind of thing. And he's like a fashionista and talks like this, like a lot of hand movements, like, girl, please, like, and or like when you see like a lesbian on TV, she's probably like a stereotypical, like, butch, probably plays some kind of sport, is a tomboy, and I just like how they showed that you don't have to fall into those stereotypes to be a lesbian. And like they just showed them as, like, they continued, like, to do what they did in the web series, which is the story, like the forefront of the story wasn't about the fact that they were lesbians, or that, like, that Laugh was non-binary, or that Mel was, into this chick. Like, we figure that out, like, we know that she's into her, but it's like, it's not the forefront, like, it's not the most important thing, like, it's not what the story's about. They just happen to be that way. And I love that, because it's not very often you get to see that portrayed on like mainstream TV shows or movies, and I'm so glad that we got this opportunity to show the world that this is actually kind of more realistic in terms of how gay people act. Like, they're no different, like, they act like they live pretty much the same lives as any straight person would. They just happen to be dating someone of the same gender, and it's like, it's still mind-boggling to me, like, how, like, people, like, that doesn't compute with them for some reason. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. But okay, specific scenes in this movie, specific like plot lines. I love how they did the dynamic between Carmilla and Elle. Like, we were reassured, like, by Natasha that, you know, this wasn't gonna be like a love triangle thing, like Elle wasn't trying to get back together with her, and Carmilla has obviously moved on. Laura's like the love of her life now, which I wasn't too worried about. You know, I've trusted the writers this long, like I wasn't too worried that they were gonna pull that kind of bullshit on us now, but just the way that Dom and Natasha played their dynamic between the two characters was really interesting, especially the way that Dom played Elle, like in a way that you could, like, you didn't want her to win because you wanted Carm to be able to live her human life, but at the same time, you understood where she was coming from. Like, it makes sense that she would be upset, like Carmilla, like, stole the human life that she could have had, and, you know, I just love how they play it so that you see and understand both sides of this argument, of this like back and forth between the Scooby Gang and Elle, you know, like and I just love how Elle, or how Dom played Elle, like as the antagonist. She wasn't like broken hearted or anything. She wanted the life that she missed out on, and she blames Carm for that, and it totally makes sense. Like, it's totally justifiable. Like, and the fact that that's how they wrote it, it was just incredible. And the way that Dom and Natasha like played out the relationship between the two was just incredible. And holy shit, though, that scene between the two of them where Carmilla's like so excited to like run off to New York with the love of her life, but then is exposed as a vampire after Elle goes all extra and cuts her hand. And thinks that Carmilla's a monster, and it's just like, it was so, like, those performances really moved me. I literally cried. I still cry sometimes when I watch that scene. It's just, it's too much for me. To even like think about it is like, oh my god. And I think you all know what I'm going to talk about next, because I'm going to shriek and squeal the entire time about it in my reaction video that I will be doing to that scene and to certain other ones, depending on what you guys want me to do. So yeah, please leave comments below on what scenes you guys want me to react to, because I won't be reacting to the entire movie, but I will be reacting to certain scenes of them. I will be reacting to certain scenes from the movie. It's just I don't want to leak the entire movie onto the internet, and I don't know. I also think you watching like an hour and a half reaction would be of me just kind of staring at the screen and squealing and making occasional comments, would be kind of boring. So I will be doing reactions to certain scenes, just not the entire movie. But yeah, but before I go, let's talk about that one scene between Carmilla and Laura. I think you know what I'm talking about. Holy shit, guys. Oh my god, I almost ran into the camera. But holy shit, that scene. That scene was... wow. I still can't believe it actually happened. Oh my god. It just, in case for some reason you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about this sex scene between Laura and Carmilla before the ball, where it took Laura like 40 minutes to get into her Victorian dress, and Carm's all like, I bet you I can get it off of you faster, and then it just goes down from there. Wink. I don't know if that'll make sense to you. Hopefully it will. But yeah, holy shit, that scene, just like every time I watch it, I can't sit still. I'm just like, I'm like an anxious child who had too much sugar to eat and is now in timeout. But it's just like, holy shit, they just did that. Like, but you'll see in my reaction. But yeah, when I first saw it, I definitely died and ascended into heaven, because holy shit, I don't know if I can say that enough, but holy fucking shit, they did that. Like, everything from like Elise kissing Natasha's leg to like holy shit, I just lost my train of thought. See what this scene does to me. It just throws me off so much. But with Natasha, like, it's going straight under, like going straight for the pussy, just like, whoa. And I don't know if anyone else caught this, but I didn't notice it until someone on Tumblr pointed it out to me. But right after Natasha kisses Elise's boob, you can see as she's starting to like inch down to like Laura's body. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but Elise like mouths the word fuck, and I'm just like so thrown by that. Like, something tells me like she wasn't expecting that either. I could be totally wrong, but holy shit. And the way, like, just the way that they look at each other during this whole scene is just like, holy fuck. And the way that, like, when Carm talks about how it took Laura 40 minutes to get into that dress, it's literally at the 40-minute mark of the movie. Just like, whoever did that, I applaud you so much. Like, Just, like, even if it wasn't on purpose, pretend it was. Like, oh my god. Honestly, I could go on and on about this scene for a while. Like, almost, like, probably a creepy amount of time. And then, like, when they switch and Laura's on top, and you see that one moment when it's kind of like zoomed up on her back slash Carmilla's face, you see like the scratch marks on her back, on Elisa's back, and it's just like, oh my god. I was not prepared for this level of gayness. Holy shit. I'm crying. I'm not even watching it, I'm just talking about it, and I'm crying. Holy shit. Okay, but anyway, the rest of the movie, okay. Oh yeah, I love the relationship between Mel and Charlotte Bronte, I think it is. Like just their like adorable, like kind of like under the radar flirting, and the fact that they like dance together, and like when Mel asked her to dance, Charlotte was like, obviously, and then like at the end when Charlotte wants to kiss Mel, she just doesn't even need to say the words. Like, she just asks, like, did you want to, and like almost communicates with Mel on like a telepathic level, to the point where Mel is like, obviously, and just that parallel killed me, because oh my god, I just like, I ship them so hard. Yeah, yeah, but okay, what else did I want to talk about? Let's see, I talked about Dom, I talked about the sex scene, I talked about Holstein dynamic. Oh my god. Okay, going back to Holstein. Domestic Holstein. Like, stop me if I'm wrong, but domestic Holstein. Do I need to say anything else? Like, oh my god. Thank you, Lord in heaven, even though I'm not religious, thank you, because thank you so much to our gay Lord and Savior, Ellen DeGeneres. Just came up with that off the top of my head, but it makes the most sense. Even though she had nothing to do with Carmilla, just thank you, gay overlord, Ellen DeGeneres. Just because they're just too cute together. Like, to the point where, like, I swear, like, if I was one of their friends and not like a fan, and I didn't like ship them so hard, I would almost probably find their domestication, like how adorable they are together, like kind of annoying. they're like that couple that you're so jealous of. They're like that couple that, like, despite you're like, I'm a strong, independent, single person, and then you see this couple that's like so happy, and you're just like, God damn it, I want a girlfriend or a boyfriend or like a significant other. And they're like that couple that makes you like believe in love and want it so hard. And it's just like, oh my god. I'm sorry if I'm dorking out. This is just that's what this review is gonna be. Review is a loose term. I'm just fangirling at this point. But yeah, just like the whole thing was absolutely incredible. And just like, can we talk about how they filmed this entire thing in 2 weeks, in 14 days? Like, what? How is that even possible? I don't have words. It just like, how do they do that? It still boggles my mind. I still have no answer. Like, when someone asks me like how that would be possible, I just like, I don't know. I have no answer. Other than like they're like incredible actors, incredible, talented, like just such genuine, giving actors. Like, other than that, I have no answer, because it's just, yeah. But overall, I thought the movie was amazing, incredible, show-stopping. Please give us more representation like this, you know, especially with queer women of color. You know, like, we don't see that nearly enough. Like, just, it's not that hard. They exist. Go find them. Put them in a TV show or something. And don't kill off their character. I know. Shocking. Really hard. But just like... But... Okay, in all seriousness though, this movie... It was revolutionary. I've never seen anything like it, and I hope that its release will prompt more movies and TV shows like it, where you know, the characters are just there doing everyday normal stuff, and they just happen to be queer. It's just a part of who they are, you know, like, end of story. And I've said this before and I'll say it again, that's what I've always loved about the show and now the movie, is their ability to make that like an important part of the character, but not the most important part of the character. Like, they're humans. Like, we're humans. Like, just like anyone else. Like, so why are we not portrayed that way? Why is every piece of representation of queer people like a story about, oh, like, the struggle to come out is so real, or, like, I'm not sure if I like women or not, and, like, what if I like men too, or, like, what if, you know, it's not like a big, like, guessing game, you know, like, we're people. We lead very similar lives to straight people and cisgender people, you know. We just happen to be queer. You know, we just happen to not conform to the heteronormative cisgender society that you expect us to conform to. And I'm not sorry. I'm sort of sorry, but not really, that this has sort of turned into a rant about LGBT plus rights, but, you know, like, at some point it's annoying to have so few options as a queer woman, because it's not often seen. This is what I want to do with my life. I want to create the queer media that I want to see, because not many other people are doing it. Not nearly enough. But that's a talk for another video. Yeah, sorry about the serious note, guys. This was supposed to be really lighthearted and fun, but in that fashion, I'm so grateful for this film, and I think they did an amazing job on it. And I hope to see more film and TV shows released like it. Yeah. Alright, that's it. Alright, I'll see you goobers later. I'm gonna go watch the Carmilla movie for the 4th time, so see you on the flip side, cream puffs. Bye!